Sweet.
We're at the home of everything, Frederick, 401 North Market Street. I'm with Sarah. You're going to have to pronounce your last name for me.
Moschopoulos.
I did this with your wife as well. I don't know. It's a good Greek name, though.
It is
right?
a good Greek name.
SM Music Therapy Services.
Yes.
What a fantastic form of therapy, I think. Art and music therapy, I think, are so powerful. I don't know if people use them enough, but you actually do this full time as well, and
Yes.
then you take clients on any time that they need help.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how long you've been doing this and how you got how this became your kind of thing.
Yeah. So I went back to school for music therapy in 2020 during COVID. I was working another job and wanted to do something that better served people.
Were you in the field of therapies or anything?
I was in sales. But
it's kind of like therapy for some people.
Yeah. But I had studied music and psychology in undergrad and kind of always had music therapy in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. I was like, well, why not? You know, who knows what's going to happen in the future? I should do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I went back in 2020, got my bachelor's equivalency, so another bachelor's in music therapy, and then did all my practicum placements and internship and took my board exam, and I've been practicing since fall of 2022. So 2.5 years.
Yeah. Wow. What do you love about it?
I love a lot of things. I love that it helps people in a very natural way. And I don't mean natural like, woo-woo natural, but it's humans use music.
Yeah.
And we use it to make ourselves feel better a lot without the help of a clinician. So why wouldn't we bring in someone who has studied it? It's using our bodies and our brains in a way that they already know. So and it's fun to watch it open people up and watch it help people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. And who is the client that would really benefit from music therapy? Who are you targeting, I guess?
There's a lot of different people. Right now I work in the mental health space, which is probably my greatest love as far as population goes. But I also have done a lot of work with older adults, memory care type of stuff.
Okay.
Both in, individuals and group sessions. And then also with kids. I love working with kids. So I've worked a lot with kids with all kinds of needs, kids on the autism spectrum or with, mental health things or with specific genetic conditions and they need help with fine motor things. And we use music to help, grasp whatever instruments. And so everybody. But yeah, especially people who, they might have tried regular therapy or another therapy and just need an additional approach. Or a different approach.
Yeah, I think sometimes if people have had maybe talk therapy for a long time and they just feel like they're in a rut, maybe adding something like this would help to expand on their healing or things like that for sure. Yeah, I think that's that'd be a great thing. Yeah. For music therapy in particular, how does a session look?
There are a lot of different. Usually there are kind of 4 categories that you can go. So you can compose music, you can improvise, so making music on the fly, you can recreate, so playing or singing music that exists, and then you can do receptives, like listening to music. So it could be anywhere from writing a song based on your experiences, it could be improvising music to kind of get at emotions that you might not be able to verbally get to.
Sure.
It could be, making a playlist to help you work from one emotion to another. It could be, really anything. And it depends on the population too. If I'm working with a 2-year-old, it's going to look very different than if I'm working with a 60-year-old. So,
very interesting. And in your work so far, like what has been like the biggest reward so far? that you've had?
I think the biggest reward is when I work with a patient or a client for a long time and start to see those like breakthroughs or start to see a moment, even in mental health, of like, oh wow, that really resonated.
Yeah.
You know, just getting that win.
Yeah, I know.
For them and, you know, for me, but like mostly for them, just to be like, all right, you sang along with this song this time, or, you know, you worked through this thing that you've been trying to work through for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very satisfying.
So if someone is out there and they feel like maybe music therapy can help them, or they know somebody that it might be able to help, how should they reach out to you?
So probably my website is the best place to go. It's Sarah Mosk, Sarah with an H, and then MOSC, because Moschopoulos is too long.
No hope with that one. And I'll make sure that's on screen for our viewers so that they can pick it up. That was smart.
Yep. So sarahmosk.wordpress.com.
Yeah.
And there you can find, you know, more information about music therapy and my email and places to schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So any age, in any kind of, you know, level of the mental health. So this is a big shift from what you were doing before.
Yes.
What are you? I'm assuming you're very happy you made the move.
I am, and I think I would have always wondered too. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am happy I made the move. I think, you know, sales had its purpose for me at that time, and who knows, it might again. But
well, I always say, I mean, you use sales every day in your life, right?
1,000%, and you use therapy skills every day in your life too. They're not as different as people would think.
You're doubling up on the tactics while you're out and about. That's awesome.
But it is, I mean, it's the classic, like, you know, if you love something, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
And it is true. I'm like, I can't believe this is a job.
You get to do this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Now, are you from this area?
I'm from Northern Virginia. So not far.
Yeah. And you moved to Frederick when?
Last January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so newbies. Newbies.
I know.
What do you love about Frederick so far?
It's so community oriented. Everyone is so friendly. There's always stuff going on, and people have a lot of, I don't know, just interest in building community, and that's really cool. I grew up in the suburbs, and I lived in DC prior to this, so it's fun to be in a town.
Yeah, What's your favorite place downtown?
Oof. I do love Old Mother.
Oh, yeah. Old Mother's pretty good. We love that, too. We love that, too. All right. Well, if you or you know of somebody where music therapy might be able to help, it could be a great addition, or your toe in the water for therapy if you've never had it before. I think it'd be a great way to do that, too. Music is the heart and soul of all of us. And so I think this is a great outlet to help people. You can reach out to Sarah. I've got her website right on screen for you, and maybe give it a try. Who knows? Can't hurt, right?
Can't hurt.
Can't hurt. All right. We thank you guys for watching.